But there was a point in my career when I had an injury, a back injury, and I found yoga, right?
Right.
So I knew I wanted somehow to have yoga in my life. I wanted to it was almost like, I mean, now like everyone knows yoga and it's like, it's in gyms and things like that. But back then it wasn't. It was always little tiny places down the beaten path that you would find. There were yoga studios, right? And they were certainly not in big box gyms.
Right.
I just felt like I was almost like I found this secret. I'm like, it's like the fountain of youth. I'm like, I need to share this with the world. And I knew I had the potential and the platform to do it.
Right.
So that's what, I thought, okay. And then, so when I was off with that injury, I thought about things for my future. And it was like maybe opening up the yoga studio was kind of one of my goals when I was going to retire. So that was sort of like, that kind of gave me when I was going to leave, I was like, okay. And then my next chapter, because I don't think, it'd be a little scared to leave and just be like, okay, so what do I do today? You know what I mean? Especially with the pace we keep, right?
For sure.
Yeah, so I focused on the next chapter of my career, and then I retired 2006. 2008 is when I opened my yoga studio. Hold on, I'm hydrating for a sec. When I start to talk about yoga, I gotta hydrate because I might go on. You just feel free to interrupt it anytime. It's my second favorite subject besides wrestling. Anyway, so I had a herniated disc in wrestling. It was just basically, at one point they had said you have degenerative disc damage. I'm sure we all do.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're basically my girlfriend actually got in a car accident, and you think about it. One person gets an accident, one movement of whiplash, and they're in physical therapy and they're doing all these things, and we literally do that 5 to 6 times a night, 4 to 5 times a week.
Yeah.
It's insane when you think about what we do, right? So anyway, I was aware that was happening, and then my back seized up on me, and I was having I was always having headaches. It was just totally normal to have headaches. And those long drives, that's the worst part of those. You work and your body's all hot, and then you get in a car and drive for how many hours, and your body's like, oh God, that was the worst part too, right? Yeah. And then just one day it seized up on me, so it turned out I had a herniated disc. It was my L4-5, and WWE was and I was champion at the time, so they're like, okay, so go have some surgery. We'll just do a little storyline. We'll get you off, get you back. And I was like, I'm gonna do rehab first. I'm just gonna see if I can not cut myself, and if I can just not dig into that. So I did physiotherapy, the traditional stuff, just whatever, and nothing was helping, wasn't coming along. It was probably about 2 months in. They're calling me, going, we have you're the champ. What do you want to do? And I'm like, he's like, have the surgery now. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. I was just nervous about doing it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
I just was. And then honestly, I was, the area. I was at Bayview. I was at Bayview and Shepherd. There's a yoga studio in the corner there. And I just would drive by every day. And I knew that Lita had done some of it for her neck, had done yoga, and said it was really great for her neck. And I was like, okay. So I just and I'm not really and because, you're Trish Stratus, and it's this, I'm not really, I don't want to go into this place where everyone could stare at me potentially. That was such a silly thing. Now when I look back at it, I'm because, yoga's check your ego at the door is the number one thing.
Right.
Taught me real quick to no one's looking at you. It's fine. They're worrying about standing on one leg. You're fine. They're not looking at you. Oh my God. So I walked into my first yoga class, and I thought, let me just try this. And I went in and I just started, I did hot yoga, and I did it every day. And I could I'm telling you, automatically I felt a difference in my body. I just felt I just had more mobility. It was, I could just, and then I went back to the physio and I was saying, can I do the two together? And she's like, I'd rather you didn't, just so we can make sure we know exactly what you're doing, so we can, and I was like, yeah. And I just knew my body needed this. I just was and it was for my mental detachment to go into, just find my space inside myself, inside my head, was something I really needed, but I didn't know I needed, kind of thing. So it really just took over my body to the point where I became slightly obsessed, but I use it to rehabilitate my body. So I'd say I think it was about 3 months I did it every day. And I'm talking every day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Full recovery. I've never had to look back, and I have full mobility, never had to look back.